What up? What up? What up? Y'all know me, man. My name is Randy Little. This is Rec League Podcast, episode 120. I was gonna rhyme something like with dumb money because it just came out, but forget I said that. On this episode, it's the fourth quarter preview. It's the beginning of October, beginning of the last 3 months of the year. So myself, Nicholas, Rocket, Merritt, we talk about what's coming out, talk about what we looking forward to. There's a movie trailer that came out. There's a passing that we discuss. This is a long, fun episode. We spend more time talking about some stuff than other stuff, but it is what it is. I wanna shout out you if you keep up with us every 2 weeks. Recently and upcoming in the theater, the week of October 22nd, we got Expendables 4. That's on that review is on my personal YouTube channel. Netflix put out a Spy Kids reboot, Spy Kids Armageddon. This past weekend, this current weekend, was pretty heavy. As I mentioned, Dumb Money came out. We got Saw X. We got The Creator. A Paw Patrol movie came out. And then that Reptile movie with Benicio del Toro, Alicia Silverstone, and Justin Timberlake was on Netflix. Should I tell y'all what's upcoming, or should I just make y'all wait for the discussion? I think I'm gonna make y'all wait for the discussion on the upcoming theatrical releases over the next 2 weeks. But on physical media, on the 19th, on Tuesday the 19th, basically the live action Little Mermaid is like all that came out. Past Lives came out. Past Lives didn't go to my Walmart to buy, so I forgot. But I think I do want to cop. This past Tuesday was kind of stupid. Like for physical media, it was kind of ridiculous. The first season of Loki came out, Blu-ray and 4K Steelbooks. La Bamba got a Criterion. Elemental came out. I feel like as a kid, I knew what Cats Don't Dance is, but now I don't remember. But that got a Blu-ray from Warner Archive. Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken came out on Blu-ray. Interview with the Vampire, it looks like season 1 got a Blu-ray. That might be 2, I'm not sure. I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer got a Blu-ray. Jack Ryan, season 3, Pennyworth, season 3, Pennyworth the complete series got Blu-rays. Let me see. I think it's safe to go to this upcoming Tuesday. This upcoming Tuesday, man, Prey comes out on physical media. Like, I never thought I'd see the day that Disney put out a made specifically for Hulu streaming movie, and it's getting a physical release. Like, that shit is so dope. So yeah, like, obviously I'm buying Prey. I'm hype to own Prey, to put it with the rest of the Predator movies I own. Talk to Me is coming out. And that's it. That's it for this upcoming Tuesday. Tuesday the 10th, A Bronx Tale finally gets a physical release. Transformers Rise of the Beast, The Boogeyman, those get Blu-rays. Yellow Jackets Season 2. And then that looks to be it for the next 2 weeks on physical. So upon my return, I'll be with the squad, and we'll talk about the upcoming release schedule. It's Rec League. Back at it. Welcome to October, nerds. We got 2 more than last time. Salute Rocket for perfect attendance, though. I'll be telling y'all in the Instagram chat that I could say let's record at 3 a.m. and Rocket will be there. Some guys that kind of look familiar down there on the bottom of your screen. I'm not sure if you guys remember who they are because it's been so long. Nicholas, both Virginia residents, only one of them in Virginia. Jay Merritt, hello.
Don't take shots at me, bro.
I'll take all the shots because every 2 weeks you'll be like, bro, I'm there, and then for whatever reason, you're not.
Because I'm an adult. But go ahead, you do that.
We all adults. Adults.
And then there's adults. Okay.
Look, like as much as it bothers me, I'll give Nick a pass because I know he has weekend employment. Overtime is not weekend employment.
Oh, it very much is.
Overtime is bailing on your boy because you need money, and I get it, but it annoys me.
$50 an hour, that's definitely weekend employment.
If I'm getting 25 of them, then I'll give you the pass. But it was kind of like a busy 2 weeks. So like, cause like we doing the fourth quarter preview, but shit kind of happened. So like, do y'all want to like respect Dumbledore right quick, or the writer strike is over right quick?
Both, damn it.
I mean, yeah, both, but which one first? Damn it.
Writer strike.
Fuck the wizarding world then.
Nah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. The writer strike kind of like, I want to piggyback something else I've been seeing headlines about since the writer strike is over. And it's like, A24 is in a bidding war to make Halloween TV shows that we do not need, absolutely do not need Michael Myers based TV. It works for Chucky because it's like a sequel show. And
Does it work for
season 2 was mid, you know you liked season 1. But the Friday the 13th show is intriguing because it's like a prequel thing. But we don't need like Michael Myers in a sanitarium institution. Like we just don't need it. The 6-year-old boy with the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. We don't. So like, writer strike is over. What do y'all think?
I just don't need anything new Halloween for a while because we just had ins and kills. Whereas like
fucking terrible.
Even if they were great, I'd be like, we can take a break. Like we
most definitely.
But if it was great, we would have been like, yes, that's what we needed. We can wait 10 years for this. But the fact that it was terrible makes you not want it even more.
We need that. We need that like Halloween Resurrections to Rob Zombie's Halloween gap, like that Die Another Day to Casino Royale, like 4 or 5 year break.
Yeah.
I honestly think it needs to be longer than that. This is the problem that I have when it comes to Halloween. Halloween, over and over and over again, has started out great, ended terribly, right? And
11 times out of 10.
Because of that, they want to continue to start over and do it again, trying to fix how bad it was the last time.
Because it's like,
we need a break from it.
Every Halloween timeline obviously starts with the 1978 classic, but always ends, no matter what your timeline of preference. The Thorn trilogy ended trash. The H2O trilogy or timeline ended trash. The David Gordon Green timeline ended trash. So yeah.
So I think they just need to leave it alone, and maybe 10, 15 years from now, somebody else, it'll be fresh. Somebody else with new ideas will come, and maybe they won't be feeling the pressure.
See, like whatever Akkad is calling the shots wants money. So like next year we're getting something Halloween.
It's gonna be trash.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think
because it was my favorite. Like Halloween was my favorite. Like Michael Myers was my favorite. You know what I'm saying?
The original is still the greatest horror movie of all time.
Yep. It's not. It could be.
The thing is too, if you talk about all of it overall, you can be like, yo, it has at least 4 incredible movies. If you talk about all of it overall, but then the rest of it is just like bad.
I don't disagree.
I give it one incredible movie. I think
really?
There's other good ones.
It's like
I like the Rob Zombie first one a lot.
It's just like Saw. Like the Saw is like the original Saw is iconic. 2 is a very solid sequel, and then the other sequels are good except 3D.
That's true.
I don't know, like
but I'm saying from the trilogy itself.
I really like the original Halloween 2.
You can pick a movie from each one or two.
I really like H2O. I really like Zombie's first one, and I really like David Gordon Green's first one and Kills. Everything
Right.
else is just there.
So and that's what that's 4, right?
Ish. Yeah.
4,
I wasn't
right? So
counting.
that's what I'm saying. Not like all of them was as great as the first one. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying from all the different trilogies
Yeah.
put together, you could pick a movie from each one or two that is like, okay, you know what I mean?
No reason for ends to just be that way.
I'm
Like,
not. I'm not spending this whole first block
So
talking about
that
how
was
bad Halloween's ends
terrible,
is.
man.
I veto this conversation. So
Yeah.
Netflix
Well, the
is
funny thing about this too is though is we all know the story of like Halloween 3, how that got made. That's why Halloween 2 ends the way it did. Michael Myers is supposed to be a 2-part movie with him in it. That's that. Halloween itself was supposed to be like an anthology series of movies. Well, now that Halloween 3 is basically now a cult classic, but in the beginning, nobody wanted that. Everybody was calling it trash. It's this. Where's Michael Myers? So I'm with Randy. The first 2 Halloweens, the original, fantastic. 1 and 2, great. Then when people start crying about Michael Myers, that's why they came out with Halloween 4. They brought back Michael Myers, which was fine. But like Merido's also saying, and like Nick brought up too, is it happens, it ends, then like 2 years later, let's redo it again. Then let's redo it again. Like, I'll be honest with you, with the Rob Zombie ones, they're at the bottom of my Halloween list because, like, the first one, I give Rob Zombie credit in the sense of he was trying to do something different, and we're like looking at it from the mind of Michael Myers. That's what he wants. So I give him credit for that. Halloween 2, I felt like I had to be on acid to watch that movie.
facts.
So I mean,
yeah. Nick's a Rob Zombie Halloween 2 apologist.
I like
right, so like my top 3 Halloween, well, my 4 is Halloween 1, the original, Halloween 2, H2O. I'll take the David Gordon Green's, first one, but after that, I mean, when like, was it Curse of Michael Myers when he's the devil? I was like, man, what's going on here?
The Thorn trilogy is so trash.
Yeah.
The Thorn trilogy is so trash. But
Kills was incredible though. Kills.
Still rocked.
I disliked ends so much it made me appreciate Kills more.
Bruh, the way that the Kills movie was like the perfect setup for something epic though. Like when I left the movie, I'm like, yo, this next one is gonna be like, it was like Infinity War to Endgame. Like it was like Infinity War. Kills was like Infinity War. It was like we didn't get a conclusion, but something crazy is coming. So for ends to be that was, bro, that's probably the worst thing that's ever happened in movie history, bro. I'm sorry, that is insane.
Like she was gonna like defeat Michael. Like she's sitting in the hospital on the phone, and it was like, oh shit.
Oh, it's on.
And then it's just like starts and she's carving a pumpkin or some shit. Just walking through the grocery store.
And the trailers were incredible. Bruh, yeah, that was the worst thing that's happened in movies. We can move on, man.
Yeah. Have you guys heard anything else about? I've heard Netflix is prioritizing Stranger Things and Wednesday. I haven't heard any other studios like say anything about plans.
I think for me, like I haven't heard a lot of news specifically, but when I heard that the strike was over, what excited me
just the writers.
Well, just the writers, yeah, just the writers. Is that like, all right, Marvel? Because I'm a Marvel fan first. That's like my thing. But like the first thing I thought was like, man, now they can at least get back to writing, material for Marvel. They can load up, and then we can some of these things that was pushed back and postponed or whatever. At least the writing process can be done by the time. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thought. That was my feeling. But I've already, in my mind, come to the conclusion that next year is going to be dry. So,
yeah, we're definitely going to feel the effects of both strikes, the writers and the actors. I mean, sooner or later, like they got stuff in the can that's coming out now. But I think if this time next year, 2 things are going to happen. Stuff that was supposed to come out earlier in the year, they might just push back to just like, have stuff. These studios have stuff to release. So like say if a studio has say 2 movies to release in 1 month, they might only release 1 and push 1 back. You know what I mean? Just so they can have something come out, because we're gonna feel the effects. We ain't feeling it now. Sooner or later, this time next year, I agree, Mary, it's gonna be dry. There ain't gonna be much out there.
The only other news I read that HBO was prioritizing The Last of Us and Euphoria. It's like that. It's like, is that really like? Did you talk to somebody, or did you just like hear that through the grapevine and put it on Twitter? But
I think they also put fast tracking House of the Dragon season 2 as well. I think
they already won that. Where that was some kind of strike, like outlier where they were like allowed to. Like,
okay.
I don't care about House of the Dragon. I'll watch it though.
But I think even if that is a rumor or a he say, I could see HBO rumor pushing that out because Euphoria and Last of Us is like those are their babies right now. So to keep their fans subscribed and
Winning Time obviously wasn't.
They're going to say we're prioritizing these two things because they know that's what the fans want to watch.
It's fun. It's like Lionsgate did that Saw thing. Like none of the actors really promoted it, so they did the Saw thing, like the AMC, like the Nicole Kidman.
Oh yeah.
And like the AMC like pulled it. But I was like, that's the kind of shit they were doing because they couldn't have the actors. I think that's why like that, like Paw Patrol are probably doing well at the box office because you don't really need actors to promote movies like that. Like the creator probably could have used like a push from the actors. So hopefully they get the SAG strike.
Billy the Puppet could have promoted all 5 movies that come out this weekend.
Yeah, it was like they finally did fun promotion for Saw. Like they finally realized like this could be really funny to just have him riding down the street like on the news.
But I think they're stupid too. I feel like sometimes we'll have moments in time where we'll realize how disconnected and age gapped the directors and all of these people that's doing these movies when it comes to promotion and stuff are. Because honestly, you have a new movie coming out, you can't use the actors, you can't do certain stuff. Really, you need to get with those YouTube people and all those guys, let them watch your movie and let them promote the shit out of it. You don't really, there's a way to do these things, right?
I volunteer as tribute.
But I'm saying like there's such a disconnect to like promotion at this point is at a point that like you can really do anything to promote, but there's a lazy way of doing things, a way we've always done it, and they're so stuck in that they're hurting themselves because there's a million YouTubers, a million reviewers, a million people who talk movies that would love to watch these movies early. You can even pay them. You pay them. They'll promote your movie the whole time without the actors. But there's
Kevin Feige, slide me to Marvels. What's good?
They haven't figured out that there is a window there yet, and it's dumb. It's dumb.
We want to watch Wonka. Somebody send us Wonka, and we'll watch it live.
We'll watch it live.
For sure.
Oh,
We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. We'll, for a whole week's time before it comes out. You know what I mean? These kind of things, Twitter followers, for like all these things that's out here to promote, and they're like, we need the actors to be able to promote. We can't do anything without.
Yeah, it really makes sense. Like you can't do Dune without Chalamet. You can't do it without him. You're doing Wonka. Yeah.
I mean, did they not learn anything from Megan? Like, hire a bunch of random fucking people.
Bro, the Chargers game just had robots promoting the creator like 2 weeks ago.
Dope.
Smile this time last year.
Dope. You know what I mean? But these are the things that these people, but not everybody is willing to do these things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Billboards still exist, people. I'm just, like it's a lot of things out here, but they're just not, being resourceful when it comes to that.
Do Saw to these like movie reviewers, like have them wake up in a room and be like, "What the fuck?" Like, go to these.
I do not volunteer as tribute.
Big tip.
So, Michael Gambon passed away the other day. Played Dumbledore in the original run of Harry Potter movies, except for the first 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Richard Harris was good, but Michael Gambon is like Dumbledore to me.
He did his own thing with it, and like at the time, weird because he was very different, but like especially over time, watching those, I'm like, I love that he didn't do the same thing. Because, like, Richard Harris looks like any picture you saw of Dumbledore, like in a book or something like that. It was like, he just showed up, basically. Like, he didn't have to do much. Like, Michael Gambon did. He was more, I don't want to say flamboyant. I don't think that's the word I'm looking for, but, like, I don't know. He was different with it. And, like, as it went on, like, the rest of the stories adhered themselves to, like, the way he did it.
And he got all the like darker themed Harry Potter movies too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was great. He was great in other things. Everybody, I know that's like his biggest thing, but like, I thought he was in Layer Cake. He was in Sleepy Hollow.
Hollow, yep.
It's a bummer.
Marius, you wasn't a big Harry Potter guy, huh?
Nah, man. When was the first Harry Potter movie?
2001.
2001, which is weird. It does not seem like it was that long ago.
Mm-hmm. His first one was 2004.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the third one. Yep.
The third one was 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a window of me, like when I really felt like I was too cool, bro. Like I was, like I was a teenager. In that high school star athlete, I ain't gonna see no.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't get into Harry Potter until like the last 2 movies come out, and my wife wanted to go see them, so I had to like catch up on the other like 7.
Yeah, like that was just one of those things that I felt I was too cool and I missed it, and I wasn't gonna go back for it.
Rocket.
What?
I was like Merritt in the sense of I made fun of him. Like if people reading the books and all that, I was like, man, this is too childish. And then a bunch of us went to go see it Thanksgiving weekend. I was like, yeah, I don't really want to go. I'll go. Saw the first one. I was hooked. I started reading the books and everything. You know what I mean? That's how it works. You know,
yeah.
You see something, you're not interested until you watch it.
Converted hater.
That was it. Now, yeah.
I didn't really give a shit about the books. Like, I tried to read the book, and I didn't get it. Like, the writing style was very British, very, like...
Yes, yeah.
I was like, I'm not understanding what the fuck they're talking about here. But then, like, the movie came out and was huge, so I was like, I watched the first movie, and I loved it, and I was like, okay. And then I watched the second movie, and I was like, all right, I'm going to start reading the books. And then I read, like, some of the books. But yeah. But I was, like, fully into it by the time Michael Gambon showed up and was doing it. And I was, like, comparing that one. I was like, oh, he's doing it different. This is different than the first 2, but it's good. Yeah. And then as it went on, did you watch Half-Blood Prince? It's probably his best performance as Dumbledore. Because so much to do in that. It's phenomenal. And he was phenomenal in other things, and it's very sad.
Rest in peace, sir. Merritt, you just watched a movie trailer before we push record. What'd you think about it?
What was the movie?
Argyle, fool.
Argyle. No, I just wanted you to say it. Nah, I thought, I watched the trailer. I love those kind of movies where it has all the action in the world and the comedy can go from serious to cheesy and back to serious, and it's like a lot of stuff going on. Watching the trailer, it just made me think of Bullet Train. I don't know why, but like just the way. Not the same kind of movie, not similar, none of that, but just like how the comedy was. Yeah. Watching the trailer along with the action. And I love Bullet Train. I love that movie. So I watched this trailer and I'm like, man, I can't wait to see this. So yeah, that was a good trailer. I liked it.
I've never seen Matthew Vaughn miss. Like this is mandatory viewing the first weekend of February for me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Layer Cake or Stardust though.
Layer Cake is a sleeper movie, bro. You gotta check that out.
I'm gonna watch it before Argyle.
I like the other thing that concerns me. Stardust is pretty good too. The other thing that concerns me about the trailer was prior to the trailer coming out, you heard of the movie Argyle, Matthew Vaughn, Henry Cavill, and it was based, or from what I was hearing, was that Henry Cavill's going to be in this quite a bit. And from seeing the trailer, there was very little Henry Cavill in it. So I'm just hoping that, he is more in the movie than what they showed.
Yeah. He's punched his card, though. He already got the Guy Ritchie credit. Now he's got the Matthew Vaughn credit. That's dope.
He's good.
I didn't get to watch it. Like I was busy. All the set was like Thursday when the trailer dropped. I was at work like early. I was busy all day, and then I had to do the double feature at the theater. But it played before the creator. And I was like, oh, cool! I get to watch
Lucky
it. And it was,
you.
yeah, it was good.
I got it before the creator too.
Yeah.
Same.
So,
Yeah, it looks, and then like I was saying before we started, like it can't miss. But I mean, I guess any movie can miss, right? But
yeah,
I'm watching the trailer. I'm like, man, it can't miss because you're seeing the actors that they got, like they're invested, right? So you see the actors that they got in this movie, and then the comedic side of it. And I think Rocket, I can see what you're saying, but I think that they don't want to give us too much when it comes to Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hopefully like Matthew Vaughn like edited his own shit and was just like, I'm gonna keep this one in the back pocket.
Right.
Like,
So-
don't get me wrong, I love me some Sam Rockwell, so I'm excited for that too. So I mean, but
I mean, if it's anything like anything else that drops in this day and age when it comes to movies, we'll probably get 14 trailers anyway. So
that's true.
I hope not. I hope not. I hate this era of like promoting movies where you get. I mean, I guess it goes back to what I was talking
A
about.
trailer
earlier.
for the trailer.
Yeah, like I hate this era of like getting so many trailers and then you feel like you saw the movie when you get there. Like I hate that. So,
Hell yeah.
that don't happen.
But let's ease into this October schedule right quick. I don't even know where to begin for this first weekend, October the 6th. Wikipedia has like 17 titles. I'm not bringing up all these movies. I figured the big release next weekend is going to be Exorcist the Believer. David Gordon Green ruining another iconic horror franchise. Nick,
I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, Nick, this is all you. Like, I don't give a shit about this movie.
I'm gonna be pissed if he bucks up another one. But like they're planning like another like a movie or two in this. Like this is called Believer, and I think they're gonna do one called like Deceiver or some shit. And I'm like, if this sucks, he can't be allowed to do it again. Like we can't let him get away with it. Like,
The Exorcist Believer, The Exorcist Deceiver, The Exorcist Ends. We know how this is gonna go.
Oh, I think we've seen this movie before. I think we've seen this before.
Most definitely.
The funny thing about is you want to do trilogies, whatever, great. Let's get the first movie out. Make sure it's a good movie, and I think that's the problem with these studios and directors.
They did that with Halloween 18.
Hey, it's like
worse.
But the thing is, we already know what he did with Halloween. He fucked that up. Is he gonna fuck up another, classic movie / now he's trying to make it into a franchise? You know what I mean? Oh, you know what I mean? And the thing is, the original, hands down, probably one of the top 10 horror movies ever.
When was the last time Warner Brothers made an Exorcist movie? I always thought they had the rights.
They did. Like, I don't know what happened, but it was like they did Exorcist the beginning. That was 2004, 4?
Around then.
And I always have to Wikipedia and look at, there was Dominion, prequel to The Exorcist. But it's like the same thing as the beginning. Like Stellan Skarsgård is in both of them. And I can never understand. I always forget like what the issue with that was. Like if one was like a director's version, like Superman 2. Like I always forget like what the issue with that. But that was the last one that they did. And then this is Blumhouse. So I'm like, I guess that means it's Universal?
Blumhouse, yeah, it is. Blumhouse is trying to get like all the horror franchise Infinity Stones, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that's keeping with this is like, good or bad, it's like Halloween had so many sequels. And love them, hate them. There's people that love this one. There's people that love 3. There's still people that hate 3. There's people that think Curse is good. Like, there's a legacy Halloween series. Love it or hate it. There's the Exorcist series really doesn't hold much of a legacy. The first one does. The first one, like the Mount Rushmore of horror movies. But The Exorcist 2 is dog shit. 3 is good, but like it's not like anything to write home about. And then the 2 prequels were nothing to write home about it. So I'm like, if this sucks, I don't think it like taints the legacy of the first movie, but it's like if it sucks, they need to not do anymore. It's like just stop. We don't need.
I think in general, I think that studios are taken away from the fans and the fans' ability to be excited about things when they're gonna announce in the beginning that they're doing a trilogy or they're doing 2 movies. So they like let me go watch the movie, leave me on the cliffhanger, so that at the end of the movie I can be like, oh, they gotta do another. You remember there's so many good movies where you left the movie theater thinking, oh, they gotta do another one. They have to do it. And that brings a different kind of excitement. And I feel like now studios want to announce from the beginning, oh, this is gonna be a 3 movie. Like why you gotta tell us? But then you're adding a different kind of pressure to yourself because we're leaving the first one saying the second one better equal up to, right?
They don't even have the like. You look at Star Wars, which I'm not really talking shit on Star Wars. I love Star Wars, but it always comes back. Like they announced it, like Disney's buying Star Wars. We're doing a new trilogy. We're doing this. And it was like, oh fuck, give it to me. And then they did The Force Awakens, and they had not even written 2 more movies. Like I cannot stress enough that they didn't even have the outline, and that's why you get to The Last Jedi, and it's so weird and unexpected and different. And people hated it. But I was like, if they'd have just stuck to their guns and finished that, but it's like they didn't even have the 3rd one written. And it's like most of the great trilogies are, you at least have an outline in your head. And I'm like, they don't have an Exorcist 3 movie outline in their head any more than I do.
They obviously didn't have a Halloween.
That's the other thing too, is like when you announce that you have 3 movies, like this is going to be a 3 movie, series or whatever. You're with the fans, you're putting yourself on a timeline because after the first one, you're saying we're leaving the theater like, when does the next one come out, right? And then it's that whole pressure. It's all over social media. This movie need to come out. Where if you just do one, we might leave the movie theater saying they got to do another one, but we're not expecting it. You know what I mean? So it can come whenever it comes.
The new Screams are doing that pretty well. Like they aren't announcing like we're doing 10 more Scream. Like we left Scream 5. They were like, "Are you gonna do more?" And they're like, "Maybe." And it was like another one. And it's like I don't know. It's like
but that left them the room to put it out whenever they were ready.
And now we have a director for 7.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they still haven't even gone.
Go ahead, Nick.
But anyway, I heard a rumor that 7's going to take place at Christmas. That's pretty fun. But
That'd
anyway,
be fire.
How about Scream 7?
But that's the problem with these studios too. Is like, you know what? You could have an outline. You want to do a trilogy? Great. Have a trilogy behind the scenes. That's what your plan is. You don't have to announce every little thing because me now as a fan, okay, there's a trilogy. I see the first one. Now my expectations are pushed down because it could be a great film and I can enjoy it, but I know there's 2 more coming.
Yeah.
These took the thrill away from me in the sense of, oh, there's 3 movies. Okay, I know no main character or the chance of no main character dying in this, or the stakes ain't gonna be as high. They're gonna portray it as high.
That was the thing with Saw. That was the thing with Saw this past weekend. Like things happen in this movie, but it takes place in 1 and 2, so nothing heavy is gonna go down.
Right.
At least not to the extent that they're acting like it's on screen. It's like, oh, this is it, and it's like, no.
And that's another thing. Like, I'll be honest with you. I got the 8-movie collection of Saw. I'm not going to see this next trash because it's like a prequel to the other thing. It's like 1 is 2, 3 is 6, 5 is 4. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Like, I don't need to do. If it's a series, let me watch 1, 2, 3. I don't need to do math to watch a movie. Like, that drives me nuts. Like, have a fucking plan.
I know we've gone back to this at least 4 times on this particular pod. But it's no way that Halloween planned ends, bro. It was when they said it was 3.
Absolutely not.
There's no way in hell that was like they came up with the idea.
Yeah.
That this is how we're ending it. It's no way.
When David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, John Carpenter, and Jamie Lee Curtis sat down to plan this new iteration of Halloween, the 3rd movie, Corey, it's gonna blow people's minds. Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael fight. Fucking 5 minutes at the very end, and then he goes in the fucking wood chipper. No, there's no way.
No way. There's no way to
2022.
There's no way.
It was just big.
I do think. I think they had planned out as far as the first two, and they said, "We'll figure the third one out." That's literally they had to have.
In the middle
They
movie,
had to
everybody
have done
chants, "Evil dies tonight." 15 minutes
Oh
of the
my
whole
gosh.
thing. All right, next up.
I told Ram. Did I tell you? Like, I saw Kills. I was like, it was all right. Once I saw Ends, I'm like, did I tell you Kills just
Kills
moved up
was
the
pretty
rankings?
great.
It was great.
You
compared to
know,
that shit.
Kills wasn't that bad.
It wasn't. It wasn't that bad.
Next up, they got this Pet Cemetery thing that might be a prequel show on Paramount Plus.
Oh my god.
So
Is it a show? I thought it was a
I
movie.
thought it was a new movie.
Is it a movie?
Yeah,
I think it's a
yeah,
movie.
I think
It's a movie. Bloodlines. Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
Bloodlines. I think they're trying to make
I'm
it
not
into a
watching.
movie.
Again, like, it's 84 minutes long. That looks like a movie. Again,
Yeah.
Paramount Pet Cemetery is not my thing.
No.
So
It's good. You'd like Pet Cemetery.
I'm not watching any new pet. I seen the first one, and
as a pet owner, I'm gonna pass.
I hate Pet Cemetery and love Pet Cemetery at the same time. I was scared as shit of it when I was a kid. So, like, it's one of those things, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need no more of that, bro. I'm cool.
I've got plans to watch it as part of my thing.
So
I will say one of the most traumatizing things I've ever seen in a movie, and it might have been just because I was young, but that little baby getting hit by that fucking 18-wheeler will never.
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
I will never forget that, man.
It's just a little shoe.
No, but like, it was insane. And and that little came back. You know what? That little kid don't get, because that time period of like those movies where you had Chucky and whatever. That little kid don't get enough credit for how fucking scary he was, bro. He was insane when he came back.
Yo,
Little top.
He was crazy
wasn't the kid from Pet Cemetery in like Final Destination?
when he grew up or something. I don't know.
It's the kid from. If you ever saw Mercury Rising with Bruce Willis,
Yeah.
it's that. It's the boys have a penis, girls have a vagina kid from.
Well, see,
He's the very big.
I'm confusing movies. Like, there's no way that he was like the cop in Saw 3D, right?
No, but dude
He was in Final Destination.
And Disturbing Behavior with James Marsden.
All right.
But that's not connected at all.
Next up,
Yo,
what you got, Merritt?
I was about to say in the original Pet Cemetery movie, the fucking the good guy was like scary.
Yeah. I like with Clancy Brown. I was like the second. So yeah, I'll watch it if it's free and it's a movie and it's on Paramount Plus. Like I've got it.
Didn't they just do a reboot like a couple years ago?
Yeah.
2009. It did
Yeah.
it was okay.
So now they're doing it again.
Yes.
I think that was a remake in a theater a couple years ago, and
Yeah,
then
the remake.
this is a prequel. I don't know if it's a prequel to the original. I don't know if it's a prequel to the remake.
I don't know.
But that's the funny thing about it is like
Serving as a prequel to
the
Pet Cemetery 2019, so it's a prequel to the remake.
Pacific movie? Oh fuck.
But that's the thing is the original Pet Cemetery, fantastic. The remake, trash.
It was fine. The only reason they made it was to capitalize on it. It was like you saw
That's
it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
It was fine. It was better than the Dark Tower. For whatever that's worth.
Anything is better than Dark Tower. Doesn't make it.
As a congratulations, you did it. It was a scary remake.
Next up, we got this Totally Killer. I think it's like a time travel slasher on Prime next weekend. I'll check it out.
Same plot as another movie.
Yeah, Dyron kept saying that it looks like
It's called
the Final Girls. I never saw that one.
Same
But
plot.
the daughter from Mad Men, the wife from Modern Family.
What is it on? It's on Prime.
Yeah.
So these are straight to.
I think the daughter killer chick from Scream 6 is in it. Randall Park.
Hmm.
That's amazing. It is the same plot as that other movie.
The dagger chick from Cloak and Dagger Merit, she's in it.
Oh, okay.
So
I probably still won't see it. But
it probably won't be particularly scary, but it'll be entertaining. I don't care about anything else that comes out this weekend.
I'm trying to think of what else does.
I see like Dix the musical. I see Desperation Road.
What, the musical? Hold on, go back. What? What's it called?
Got your attention, huh?
What is it?
Dix the musical.
No, I can't do that, bro. You know,
Sure.
it ain't no way.
I
There's
mean,
no way I'm doing it.
it's not about penis.
I don't care. I don't care, bro. There's a such thing as bad titling, bro. That's
Pause.
bad titling.
Pause.
I think it is.
But it's A24.
Yeah, it's like an A24 like big, like gay musical. I would probably watch it, but I haven't seen.
Listen. There's some things that it's just not gonna happen for me. You know, it's not. That's one of them.
That's one of them.
It the musical.
That's a get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that.
Desperation Road will probably be on physical media on my Walmart shelf in like 3 weeks. It looks like one of those Mel Gibson, like, I assumed it would be in theaters, but it won't be things. The 11th. So the weekend of the 13th. Nick, calm yourself. Calm yourself. The only thing that's coming out is the Taylor Swift concert movie. I don't know what Dear David is. I don't know what Divinity is. So, Nick, this is your time to shine. I mean, I'm going to go. Like, I already have tickets, but I don't care as much as you do.
I was watching your review on on your movies, and on the thing you were like, I'm not seeing anything in October. And I was like, bullshit. Bullshit. You're going to be singing.
But in other reviews, I did say that I was going. And I told my wife like 3 days ago, like, how do you review a concert movie? Crowd was hype, songs were banging, 2 stars. Like
5 out of 5. Best thing in the world.
Bro, y'all going to see Taylor Swift in concert at the movies?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Can't afford to go to the real concert. I don't understand how so many people did.
Yeah, that's some white people shit.
It's like white person rite of passage. Rocket's going too.
That's like I don't hear much about. Like when people say it's like white people have no culture. It's like, hello, and then you just like point at Taylor, doing her little dances.
So
like,
many non-football watching white people know who Travis Kelce is now.
I want to get a jersey so bad to wear to the.
Oh my god!
Just wear it at the theater. I'm like
that.
Like,
Pixar, it didn't happen.
Nick.
But I'm probably not. Like they're probably gonna be expensive. I'm like I'm not gonna commit like a bit to wear.
Chiefshop.com. I can't imagine how much the Travis Kelce jerseys are right now.
A Travis Kelce jersey isn't a bad investment though, because the Chiefs are never letting him.
No.
But I got no beef with him at all. I saw him on. Does he have a podcast with his brother? Or is like,
yeah, him and his brother. They have their podcast is actually good.
I'm talking about movies, and I was like, he seems like a cool guy. He seems like I'd get loud.
He's a tool. His public persona is very douchey, but this whole Taylor Swift thing is hilarious.
About to say, bro, don't get Randy started, bro. He does not like Travis Kelce for whatever reason, bro. It's a whole thing.
The Taylor Swift stuff hasn't annoyed me like his normal antics.
You mean the dancing in the end zone?
Yeah, like everything extra that comes with Travis Kelce.
Everybody does that.
Nah, dude.
We're not doing this today.
Yeah, we're not doing this on a movie podcast.
What's next, man?
Movies, not sports.
Anyway, it's gonna be great. It's gonna make so much money, and I'm pretty excited.
I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy myself.
It's gonna be so great.
Is she gonna get paid? Is she making the money for this?
Yeah.
She struck up some kind of distribution deal with theater chains.
Bro,
you know what though?
She's getting so much bank from pre-orders that they just announced a Beyonce concert movie like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
But Beyonce did this before already. Beyonce already did this and made a lot of money.
I believe it.
In the theater?
Yeah, they were called Beyonce. I think when they were doing
Go Get Your Stub, or you didn't see it.
Because I'm not going to the movie. Let me not say that. I was about to give y'all props before you took a shot at me, and I want to get back at you. Because I was about to say, I'm not even going to hate on y'all for real. Because if
If I wasn't married, I wouldn't be going.
No, because if Jay-Z, when he did the Fade to Black concert, if
Bro,
that would have showed up in concert,
I wish.
I mean, in movies, I probably would have showed up to watch that.
I wish, man. We were in tech school at that time, like or maybe still in basic training the weekend it came out. But I wish I could have been able to see that in the theater.
It would have been incredible to see that in the movie theater.
Fuck yeah!
I still pop it in to watch every once in a while.
That's the only documentary that I'll claim that I watched.
Incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, it used to be like if you were popular at all, it was like Justin Bieber had like 2 of them.
Bieber had one, yeah.
Justin Timberlake had one.
Really big. That's why I watched Katy Perry's on like Netflix or something just out of boredom. Like maybe it was like 10 years ago. I was like, concert documentary. Like those are always cool. Like it's Katy Perry. And ever since I watched that, we're talking like over 10 years ago, I haven't liked Russell Brand. And like he's been like he stayed like famous or whatever for 10 years, and like all this shit's come out now.
But not anymore.
I've been on the Russell Brand train since I watched the Katy Perry movie.
Nas has an incredible one too. I think his is on HBO or something. Nas has an incredible one.
It was like In Sync. He was like, you watch In Sync, Madison Square Garden, HBO, and it was like you had to just tune into HBO to watch it. And it was like put them out on DVD and stuff. And I'm like, if they put them in theaters, they would make
bank.
Like she's looking to clear $100 million in her opening weekend, and like I think the highest grossing one ever was
crazy.
Just was like 70 total. So
Man, that's because the girls in our peer group lost their minds, bro.
Oh yeah.
Is this like a one night event thing, or are they gonna have it on?
Nah, my theater. I keep checking to see if my theater has Killers of the Flower Moon pre-sales, and it says Taylor Swift. So it's gonna run. It's gonna run at least a month.
Hold on, bro. Yo, Taylor Swift is gonna run your theaters over real movies, bro.
Yeah. y'all know my struggle. But on that note, segue.
Right.
The weekend of the 20th of October. The only movie I might possibly go see in October is Killers of the Flower Moon. But like I said in one of my reviews, my theater probably isn't getting a 3.5 hour movie to run it twice a day.
I'm getting into an IMAX. It'll probably come to the theater, but I think there's no way. But it is.
Because like all these like Killers of the Flower Moon, we'll get to Napoleon next month. Apple is making these huge movies, but they're not putting them on Apple TV Plus.
They want to see some
with
scratch.
The theater. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I can see Five Nights at Freddy's.
I think the Will Smith movie did that.
We're not there yet, Rocket.
I think that Will Smith movie did that to Apple. Remember,
Emancipation went straight to Apple.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
They were like,
but they were expecting. They was like, it's Will Smith.
Oh, they put like $100 million into it and got nothing back.
They was banking on like we're gonna be able to put this straight on Apple Plus and it's gonna do the numbers. And I think when it did it, they was like,
but
this is not.
Killers of the Flower Moon is also like co-financed with Paramount, and Napoleon's co-financed probably with Paramount or Universal.
But I had seen Napoleon. I had seen people talk about trailers that they see
Sony.
in front of every, and I have seen Napoleon trailer in front of every single movie for like the last month or so. Like,
I feel like
it's the new Gran Turismo trailer.
Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, and the Marvels were like the 3 that I got with all 3 movies on Friday.
Yeah, I think I got Aquaman with both. But anyway,
I got it with at least 2. So, it's new Scorsese. Like,
yeah, duh.
Yeah. Which,
long,
since you're not sharing your Scorsese binge with us, Nick, on social media, fucker.
It's a good thing I'm behind.
What have you? I want to know what you've seen.
I've seen almost. I've never seen The Age of Innocence.
Neither have I. I'm talking like in the. You mentioned the other day that you're watching Scorsese movies like on the low. What have you watched recently?
I did. Who's that knocking at my door?
Never heard of her.
Street. Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Like I'm just doing all of them.
Oh, okay.
I did New York, which I had seen but didn't remember at all. It was a little better than I remembered it being. King of Comedy. I'm probably skipping some. Taxi Driver, whatever that is.
Some movie called Taxi Driver. The longtime diehards know what we just did.
There should be one person in that. Throwback reference.
I got it.
The Color, Money, Raging Bull. I did up to Goodfellas, and I did Goodfellas maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I just have not had time.
Well, you reached the mountaintop.
Working and movies. I'm just like, shit, I need to watch.
I don't know what Old Dads is. Bill Burr, directed by Bill Burr, Bobby Cannavale, Bokeem Woodbine, Katie Aselton, directed by Bill Burr is interesting. On
poster
on Netflix. It has a poster?
Mm-hmm. It's just them standing there
like they're about to drop a retirement home hip-hop album.
We're bad dads.
There you go. Butcher's Crossing, the sequel to Miller's Crossing all this time later. I don't know what this is. Nicolas Cage is in it.
No, that's not real.
Right. Now, the weekend of the 27th. Rocket. Five Nights at Freddy's. I can't find a reason to care. Why should I go see this?
It looks kind of fun. I'll probably...
Yeah. I read up on it today. I saw something, because I was just trying to see what movies were coming in the fourth quarter. And they popped up, and at first I was like, yeah, that's some bullshit. But then I looked at it, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to see that.
Like Haunted Chuck E. Cheese, for our generation, like Haunted Chuck E. Cheese does have an interest. And like Josh Hutcherson as the lead is interesting too.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Watch it.
Wow.
I don't think we get enough. I don't know what Five Nights at Freddy's is, though.
Exactly.
Sells the shit.
Like it has this following, and nerds wanted this movie for so long, and it's like it's a video game.
Play the games? You never play the game?
No.
That game is creepy as hell, man.
I remember seeing like figurines and stuff of it when I would go in GameStop.
I'll watch it on Peacock.
Kids come up and ask, like, they'll ask, you got FNAF merch? I'm like, what the fuck did you say? FNAF. Like, Five Nights at...
So
Again, books and stuff. But I don't know what it is. Like, you talk about SpongeBob. It's like, you got SpongeBob merch. It's like, SpongeBob was a cartoon. Now, a media franchise. It was like, what was Five Nights at Freddy's? Was it a video game first? Was it a show? Was it a book? I still don't know. Nobody knows.
No, either.
I think a video game.
It's a movie now. What was it?
What was crazy is that when I first saw that it was a movie, like when I first saw it on the list, I looked at the poster and I was like, I'm not seeing that bullshit. And then for whatever reason, I clicked on it and saw it was horror, and I got interested. I was like, what do you mean horror?
It looked like it's like 13 or, but it looks like spoopy. Like, that's what I call it. Like, they don't really make movies like that anymore. Like, The House with a Clock on Its Walls was probably like the last one where I was like, kind of like a kid-friendly horror movie.
Yeah.
They don't do those anymore. Or like the Goosebumps movies. It's like everything.
That's what this is, because I don't want to see that.
No.
This is going to be like real horror.
Yeah, but it's more like PG-13. But we don't see that anymore. So that also kind of interests me. I'm like, yeah, man. I don't need everything.
There's a lot of like shit that looks like it's like getting its limited release the weekend of the 27th, and I don't know when the wide release is, so I'm just gonna bring it up now. The Pain Hustlers, Emily Blunt, Chris Evans on Netflix. The Killer, new David Fincher, Michael Fassbender on Netflix. The Holdovers, new Alexander Payne, Paul Giamatti. I feel like I'm the only one that feels like that looks amazing.
I like it.
Yeah.
The trailer.
Yeah, trailer's really good. Just so we can break, let's hit our most anticipated for October. I mean, mine's Killers of Flower Moon by default, even though I probably won't see it until March.
Same for me.
Taylor. The Heiress. But if that doesn't count, then probably Killers of the...
It counts. It's in theaters.
Yeah.
Javon.
I wanted extra just so bad, but it's not.
Any other director?
I think that we're all just going to be on par with the most anticipated for October. I can't find nothing personally for me that makes me want to say something different.
Martin Scorsese, shitty white people doing shitty white people shit.
No, I don't. That's not. You know what I mean?
Taylor too.
Yeah, you can pick Taylor Swift.
White people shit.
It honestly might be The Killer, but The Killer comes out in November.
Yeah.
So we're gonna break, come back and do November. All right. The weekend of November the 3rd, Neil Berger got The Marsh King's Daughter. Daisy Ridley, Ben Mendelsohn, Garrett Hedlund. It won't come here.
Looks okay.
I think I saw a poster. I'm down for anything Daisy Ridley.
Yeah. She uses an American accent in it.
Really?
Yeah.
The big release this weekend is probably going to be Sofia Coppola's Priscilla movie.
Yeah.
A24 again won't come here. Meg Ryan directed a rom-com with her and David Duchovny.
I'm fucking there, dude. I don't care. I've been saying what happened to Meg Ryan for like 10 years.
Merritt ain't got no time for this white people shit.
Where'd she go?
Quiz Ladies. Awkwafina, Sandra Oh, Jason Schwartzman, Will Ferrell. That might get watched. Probably not. I ain't got no time for that shit.
What was that?
Quiz Lady with Awkwafina and Sandra Oh.
Oh, I think they play sisters.
Yeah.
That's all I know about
it. Yeah, that's all I know about it too. But I didn't know Will Ferrell was involved. Might be funnier than I thought it would be. So, the weekend of the 10th of November, Captain Marvel 2. I mean, the Marvels. I mean, I'm there. Like,
yep, same.
But
I'm definitely there, but like, it's not with overexcitement.
Nah. From the director of Candyman, piggybacking off of the Miss Marvel show, we got damn Tanya Paris back. Like, I'm hyped. This is already better than the first Captain Marvel movie.
I'm stoked. I'm glad it's getting IMAX screens. That like Dune moved, and everybody was, and I was secretly in my head. It's like, this means I can watch the Marvels in IMAX if I want.
Yo, like for me, I'm like in that small percentage of like people who like the Marvel, like Captain Marvel movie, right?
I like it.
I like the Captain Marvel movie, so I'm in a small percent there. Does this next one?
It's bottom 5 MCU.
The Marvels the issue is not that I have a problem with Captain Marvel or what they're gonna do in this movie. I'm at a point with Marvel in general that I'm like, just show and prove.
I was telling y'all, like Guardians of the Galaxy was so good. I was telling y'all, that's a project to James Gunn. That doesn't mean the MCU's back on track. So this is the prove it moment.
Yeah, I just need to see it. Like I feel like I don't know, man. At one point I was like, yeah, things have been hit or miss, and now I'm just more like things have been a little more miss than
it's a bumpy road.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
still on the trip, but it's like, love it.
And it's like I don't mind it, but because I think people forget that even in the early phases there were moments where it was like and then we got a knockout punch, right? Like there's been a lot of times like this in Marvel. We just, you know what I'm saying, we got past it. So I kind of need to get past it at this point. Like, yo,
people they retroactively decide that movies are bad in the MCU more than like anything. It's like you'll get like Far From Home is so trash. Imagine if Far From Home wasn't trash. I'm like, Far From Home trash. Like, I'm sorry, that movie was.
People trying to like. I don't understand people saying Far From Home is trash. Like, I don't understand how people just say The Big Bang Theory is trash, and nobody's ever given me a straight answer. Aside from Merritt knows, aside from the Michael Keaton reveal, Tom Holland's face, like realizing that his girl's dad is the big bad villain, I kind of like Far From Home a little more than Homecoming.
I like it more than Homecoming. I thought it was the same page.
But the consensus is like Spider-Man Far From Home sucks. Like, bitch, shut up. The whole Night Monkey thing is stupid, but whatever.
I get sick of that with Marvel in general. Like people, like not just, you know what, not just with Marvel, but just with entertainment in general. Where in the moment like I feel like I'd be in a lot of arguments now where I'd be like, but if you were watching these movies or listening to these albums or whatever when they came out, the way that y'all are saying now is not what it was in that time
Yeah.
period, right? And I feel like with Marvel that happens a lot now, where they're like, "Oh, that movie was mid," and it's like, no, but in that moment, the movie was fucking incredible. I don't know what you're talking about. Like
Exactly.
I mean,
Like-
you also got to remember too is the changing of the guard into this. Bob Iger was the CEO. He leaves. Bob Chapek takes over. Now, that being said, the movies that were done under Bob Chapek when he started running it, that's all stuff Bob Iger did with Kevin Feige. We are now seeing what Chapek did on his own, and I think that's the reason. Like he rushed. I feel like they rushed a ton of those Marvel series on Disney Plus just to get them out there. Look at the quality under Bob Chapek and the movies that were when he actually they weren't even out yet that he actually did to what Iger did. I think Marvel will get back on track, and I think it sucks for us because we love movies and all that. But this strike is like say the break that Marvel I think needed because now there are movies that should be coming out are not even in production, are being written, and all that under Bob Iger now. So those things are going to change. I got a feeling that I don't want to say guarantee, but the movies going forward after Marvels that have not been written or out in production yet will be under Iger and Feige. Those are going to get the ones back, Marvel back on track to better quality, better movies. Because I feel like under Bob Chapek, it was like, bottom line, got to make these movies, get these things out. Like they were making, Feige had like, 6 TV series projects, 4 movies. I mean, the guy basically didn't have control of anything from what what you read and hear, where in the past, everything went under and through Feige, where these projects did not.
I think Marvel had 2 things. I think the first thing is they hit a bit of bad luck. There's been things just happened that we weren't, that Marvel wasn't planning for. They didn't see coming, so they hit some bad luck, and then there was a little bit of cockiness there. The bad luck, the COVID thing was bad luck. Like when COVID happened, that was a bit of bad luck, and I think it threw off some stuff for them. You know what I mean? And then right. So there's some bad luck there, but then I think it was also some cockiness where they had built such a fan base, and we were so invested that they had a thought process that we were going to just accept whatever they gave us.
Yeah, they thought they had the Midas touch. Yeah, for sure.
Right, and because these TV shows could have been great, but they were so hell bent on making us accept that they was going to give us these 35 to 45 minute episodes for 8 episodes, and it's just not enough. And the episodes aren't long enough, and they wanted to be stubborn about it. And it's like it's not good enough. And I don't think they actually started. They didn't want to listen until this last one, until you know what I mean, until the Nick Fury one, because I think now they're kind of like feeling the heat of like, oh, we got to figure out something else because these 35 to 40 minute episodes for 8 episodes, because they get to a point where in the last 4 episodes of a show they're rushing. You can feel they're rushing, right?
Like if you think about it, look how Secret Invasion ended. Emilia Clarke's character is basically unstoppable. She has every power of every superhero ever, that lived. That's to me is lazy writing. And B, I guarantee you, Kevin Feige wouldn't have signed off on some shit like that. Like that makes no she could defeat whoever now. Like it's like
her again, probably like she's not gonna be in the Marvels or anything. It's like she's with hammers. She needs to be taken in a lab and like destroyed. But it's like we're just gonna leave it open ended. It's like she could have just love off of Thanos or something.
She's just hanging out with. Let her kick it with Olivia Colman.
But that's the thing too. Is no way of fixing that. Like, there's no way. Like, there's nothing you could do. You're either gonna kill her off, or you're going to never address it again, or you're going to say, what do you do?
And that's another point. It's like 2021. It was like the pandemic was like a wall it was a wall for everybody. Everybody was like shit, but it was like Marvel was really like, it was like they didn't know what to do. So 2021 comes and we get all these shows. Like you look at how much MCU shit. Like everybody's talking about, oh, it's Marvel overload, and I just say it really wasn't until 2021 where we got WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, and then Black Widow,
Hawkeye.
Shang-Chi, the Eternals, and Spider-Man, and Hawkeye, and technically Venom. That was like 10 things in 2021.
That's the world I want to go back to.
Even to me, I was like, this is a lot. Like, why did they shove Eternals in there?
I hate that they came out with so much, and then the next year we got like 3 shows, and then this year we're barely about to get our second show.
Yeah, but it's like, it's like we haven't had a movie in the theater since Guardians 3, and I'm like, yeah, it's been some time. Let's say, I think it is like kind of like a less is more, because there's so much shit. We're had now. Whereas like, look, we saw Harry Styles
and then Craven getting pushed back.
Big ass thing hanging off the earth and all this stuff. The sword. I'm like, that's all stuff we have not addressed since. Everything Shang-Chi related, we have not addressed since, and we've seen what's his name like 2 different times since.
We'll get a couple answers next year. But also
I think that's the problem, though. Like, yeah. I feel like that's the cockiness that I'm talking about. Is like they, in their mind, they was like, "Yo, you see how big we was able to go with Infinity War and Endgame? We can go bigger than that, right?" And at some point, you have to understand that you can only go so big without doing too much. I feel like the MCU right now has so many storylines going. So many things open, and I think it's overwhelming for them.
That's what I was telling my mans at work. They keep saying that Deadpool 3 is supposed to be that backdoor into Secret Wars or whatever. It's going to be too much time from 2024 to like 2028. Like,
it's just...
We've got the camp.
Eternals was what year? What year was Eternals?
21.
21. So we're in 23, about to be in 24, right? It's no way that big ass celestial just hanging out the earth this long and nobody says nothing. That's
they're gonna say something next year.
But the fact that it's been this long,
yeah, I know.
With as many projects that we had, nobody said nothing.
That's why I think the plan for Avengers movies to end phases or whatever the fuck now, I think it's a bad idea, because you got the cast camaraderie, you got the team ups in between the major, before Thanos. Like, if nobody's coming together until it's time to stop Kang or whoever the Secret Invasion villain ends up being, we're not going to care about this big ass cast of Avengers together.
But not only that, like, nobody acknowledges the Eternals. Like, the Eternals was just there doing shit, fighting big ass. Nobody, like, I feel like it's just they tried to do so much. So they tried to make things so big. Now we have these multiverse things going on.
Imagine if we would have got the Inhumans movie.
I feel like they make characters have amnesia.
Yeah.
When it comes to like shit that everybody clearly should see happening, right?
Yep.
And I don't know. It's
like, we've been in the galaxy this year. We got the Marvels. We're gonna be in the galaxy again. And it's like nobody's gonna acknowledge the giant like celestial robot thing hanging off the earth. Like nobody's gonna be like, hey. Or it's like we've had Thanos' brother show up. It was like the Guardians didn't mention that once. Not that I needed them to.
Gamora and Nebula never knew he had a brother.
Yeah. Well, the fun thing about it too is, if you think about it, look at the first 3 phases. It built up. You knew where it was going or heading to, and it built up. Each character had their own storyline, but it was a crash course. You know what? This feels like it's all over the damn place. Like, and okay, at the end, they were saying, what did they say? The multiverse is going to answer a lot of questions, or this and that. It never did. And then, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, fantastic, but that was its own storyline.
But Rocket, it became too. But the great thing about the earlier phases was that it was containable.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
because it was small enough where if Iron Man did something in a movie, right? It was small enough where Captain America could, in his movie, without having nothing to do with it, could be like, yeah, that thing that's going on at the Stark Tower, and answer our question, right? It was
Yep.
containable enough that a writer could address something from something else because it was small enough. We're at a point now where things are just so huge that they're telling these writers like, hey, they're going in. The writers like, what do you want us to address? What do you want us to address? Do you want me to address the Eternals? What happened with them? Do you want me to address the Guardian? What do you want us? It's too big to address anything.
But the
right?
Marvels is giving us the second Bangle though, and I think that's gonna like, give us like
Connect
breadcrumbs into what could come.
Like I think if Shang-Chi isn't in the post-credit scene or some shit like that, if he don't show up, because I think the Ten Rings have to do something with the Bengals and all.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. Like the
if he
mid
doesn't
credits,
show up
post
in the
credits for the
post-credit
Marvels
scene,
could acknowledge that beacon.
yeah, if he don't show up, then what are you doing with the character?
So, what are y'all?
Yeah,
Are these Bengals? Are they Canes? Like in my mind, they have to be Canes. They have to be. Am I tripping? Like
Maybe.
because Kane's whole thing is time travel and moving through time and right. That's what we've been given, right?
Yeah.
And when you watch Ant-Man, I know nobody wants to watch that again, but when you watch
Absolutely
Ant-Man
not.
Quantumania, all of his stuff, even though it's super huge, right? But it all kind of looked like rings of the Bengals, right? Like all of the blue within the circles and all that stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So it all looks similar. So we got that. And then now we have all the Marvels whose powers are kind of connected to each other. And they're swapping spaces, right? And when I watched the Miss Marvel TV show, they had her going back into time, right? So I'm guessing the way all of that's going to, and that's going to connect to our guy, right? So who has the other bangle or have the 10 rings or whatever the fuck he's calling it, right? So I guess all of that is going to connect, but that still leaves everything else.
Yeah.
Right?
The Hulk cannot ever like. They'll be like, and then the Hulk shows up. And be like, is his son with him? They'll be like, his what?
Yeah, we're like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, that's something we did. Shit.
And who did he fuck? Like to have a kid? Like that's what I want to know.
They're creating, and then they're creating.
I just want to talk about the rest
problem.
of November.
I think they're inadvertently, unexpectedly creating a whole nother problem that has nothing to actually do with the MCU, and that's that. Even though I'm glad they did it, but it's going to be a fucking problem that they brought back Daredevil, and now everybody's going to be like, "What the fuck? What about Froggy and Karen?" That's a whole nother issue in the MCU. That's
or at least it will
right? be. It's a whole different issue, right? People like, so y'all just get rid of the fucking, like, you know what I mean? So it's just so much, man. So I'm excited to get an MCU movie, but I need to wait and see. That's just where I'm at right now.
And I think that's what took away, like you're saying, the joy, the fun of it is because, like the other phases, it was leading to something. It was small, it was contained, but it was leading, like it was a crash course. It was leading to something. So you're like, oh, I can't wait to what this next movie leads us to. We're getting there closer. Where this is, like I said, all over the place, and they still haven't answered no questions at all. And it's like, okay, so now when I watch another, like the Marvels, hopefully they answer, give me something. But at the end of the day, it's like, if it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised. But that's where, when you watch something, you want, if it's contained as its own movie, you could enjoy it, love it, great. But this is supposed to lead towards something else, and we've had a whole phase that hasn't led towards anything yet.
But I think the Marvels are going to add to the list. I think we're going to get a Marvels movie. They're going to give us something else brand new, and it's going to be like, okay, we got something else now.
Another one. Yeah.
We got a whole other.
Harping, not to like make this go on, but just does it take place before or Secret Invasion?
Pretty sure after.
Great question.
Because Fury is on the ship and he goes back at the end of Secret Invasion. We'll find out. Eric knows.
Yeah, but that don't even. We don't even know. That still could be before.
Eric's already
Yeah,
seen
that
it,
could be
fucker.
before. Yeah.
So, also that weekend, which will
what comes after this movie? I'm sorry, my bad.
Deadpool.
What comes after?
Nothing.
Deadpool
Nothing.
or a TV show.
Deadpool?
I don't know. What If 2? Echo.
Who the hell knows?
But also that weekend, which will probably go to like 4 theaters in the whole country. Dream Scenario starring Nicolas Cage. A24, produced by Ari Aster. Did y'all see the trailer?
No.
I haven't watched the trailer yet.
It's out though, right?
Yeah.
If I hear it's good, this is probably something I'll blind buy. The weekend in November 17th. The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So basically, the Hunger Game beasts and where to find them. Like directed by the director of every Hunger Games sequel and I Am Legend. Like, do we need a prequel of how Snow like came into power? Do we care?
It is a book.
It is a book.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the book. It came out in like 2020. Excuse me.
As long as it's not Fantastic Beasts just made up on the spot to make money.
No, yeah, it is. It was the book. That was kind of my takeaway from people's reaction to the book. Was like, did we need this? Apparently, the answer is yes, because they made the movie very well.
I think that I was one of those people that really liked the whole Hunger Games movies.
Same.
Yeah.
And it's been a while, right? So, just seeing it was like, oh shit, we doing another Hunger Games. I'm gonna see it. I'm there.
All right.
I'm there.
But Merritt, are you taking the children to go watch Trolls Band Together? 'Cause as a grown man with no children, I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm taking the kids. Yeah, that's a definitely go.
In sync or back, bitch.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say earlier. That NSYNC was on Hot Ones and they were talking about how hectic the life of TRL was.
Yeah, I was there for that. I saw NSYNC when I was 10. Pink was the opening act. I had a lot of sisters, but it was a different time.
It was a way different time.
Boxed, he had cornrows in his hair. It was fucked, but I was there. So I could go back and be like, hey, you're gonna be 33 and you're still watching these guys in a movie theater. Like, really? Fuck.
All right. Taika Waititi is directing a soccer movie called Next Goal Wins. This looks whatever. I'm not a Taika Waititi guy.
I'll watch it.
Thor Ragnarok being the exception.
Trailer. I think this trailer. I meant to say it when we were talking about Argyle. I was like, this trailer. Something I'm sick of with trailers. It's like Argyle was like from the twisted mind of Matthew Vaughn. I'm like, 2 people in this theater knows who that is. Like from the. But I think this did it from the guy who brought you Jojo Rabbit, and it's like just say from director Taika.
Well, I just haven't forgiven him yet for Love and Thunder, so I'm cool on this. Like I'm sorry.
That like Love and Thunder. I'm starting to think I'm the only person in the world that likes Love and Thunder. My dad,
probably so.
My dad, like, I get it though. Like sometimes people will shit talk a movie, and I'm like, dude, what are you saying? I'm like, they talk about Love and Thunder, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. I get why I expect it. Yeah.
No, we're moving on before Merritt takes 15 minutes talking about his hate of Love and Thunder.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, bro. I wasn't. I'm done. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I really wasn't.
There is a movie that's coming out that weekend that I'm intrigued about.
That's probably the one I'm going to bring up next. So, are you going to see soccer?
No.
Okay, so Eli Roth is taking his mini trailer from the Grindhouse movies, and he made it into a movie called Thanksgiving. I really hope my theater gets this.
Same.
I'll end up watching this every November.
But is it a horror movie?
Yeah, it's like a Thanksgiving slasher movie. And knowing Eli Roth, it's going to be pretty fucking gnarly.
Yep, and that's my hope. I hope, I hope we get a new Not right now, but hopefully in the future, this becomes another horror icon.
Is it like a Your Next type of movie?
It just looks like a slasher movie.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
like if you ever watched The Grindhouse, like Death Proof.
Yeah, you know how Planetara and Death Proof had those like fake trailers in between?
Mhm.
But like we got the machete, we got Hobo with a shotgun, now we're getting Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this was be like one of those really old school like slasher movies. Like the fake trailer was like, "Arrive hungry, leave stuffed."
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now here's my thing: is the killer going to be called the Pilgrim?
That'd be silly.
That'd be goofy.
Is he going to be called the Pilgrim?
I wouldn't
You know
hate it.
So I mean, I saw the little bit of the trailer, and it looks. I'm in. I'm in.
Rocket, you want me to answer your question?
Why do I have a feeling like the dad of that family is the guy?
The Suits guy. He was in Hostel.
Suits, bro.
Yeah, but
Right,
Merrick,
yeah.
go ahead, Merrick. Go ahead, Merrick.
They're not gonna name him the Pilgrim, bro. You know this topic is way too sensitive for that.
Eli Roth doesn't care though. He's kind of in that
Yeah.
Tarantino realm of I'll take whatever heat comes with my bad decision.
He's the Bear Jew.
Yeah, the bear Jew.
It's like I'm just hoping that this is a good movie. It turns out to be where we get a new horror icon in the future, and that's what I'm hoping.
I feel like fans are gonna love it, but it's gonna have like that 3% tomato score.
Yeah,
I thought X was gonna get that. Like I started seeing people on Twitter talk about how great it was, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. It'll have a 40% Rotten Tomatoes. It just didn't, and I was just like, oh, interesting.
Right?
But like maybe this will be 100%. Like maybe we'll love it. I still think Eli Roth's best movie might be the only like not R-rated one he did.
House with the Cock in its walls.
I think that might be his best movie. I like Hostel. I like Cabin Fever. But are they great films?
I don't remember Hostel. I've seen the first 2 Hostels and barely remember them. I just remember what the dog did at the end of 2.
I loved Hostel.
We got Emerald Fennell's follow-up to Promising Young Woman, Saltburn. I don't particularly know what this is about, but because I really liked Promising Young Woman, I'm probably going to see this.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I like the trailer. I feel that's another trailer.
I didn't see the trailer.
Oh, but I've seen the trailer in front of like 5 things since it came out.
Thriller.
Even played in front of Jimmy the other day. I was like, why am I watching a movie trailer?
Is it like Talented Mr. Ripley-ish?
It looks Talented Mr. Ripley-ish. Like there's, I don't want to say it looks gay, but there's gay vibes. I can't, I'm gay vibes all over this. I don't hate it. I'm not mad. There's vibes.
May, December on Netflix. Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore. I'm kind of sold based off that, and I think one of them is like is an actress that's gonna portray the other one or something.
Oh, that's kind of cool. They don't look anything alike at all.
That is true.
It's like, why would Natalie Portman play Julianne Moore and something?
Okay. Tim Story's follow-up to The Blackening is called Dashing Through the Snow. It looks like a Disney Plus Christmas movie. Ludacris and Tanya Paris in it, though. So I'm interested.
Also, I saw a thing. Oh, wait. Never mind. We're still in November.
Yeah, we're still in November.
Yeah, I don't know.
So on the 21st, Netflix is dropping Leo, that Adam Sandler voiced animal movie. It's on my watch list, but I'll probably watch it in like 2032.
I keep falling behind on streaming movies. Like,
Yeah.
I have them written down, but then you get in the holidays at work, and it's a busy, and then you go watch real movies. I call them real movies in the theater, and you get home, and it's like, fuck, I haven't watched No One Will Save You.
Yeah.
Shit.
I want to see that. I still haven't seen that either.
Yeah.
You're good. It's good. It was wild.
It gets more difficult too in the holiday season.
Yes.
For sure.
You have your your traditional. I'm committed to these movies during the holiday season, and then all that stuff just fall by the wayside. Like I'm not watching Home Alone during the Christmas.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
They have to watch fucking Nightmare Before Christmas. It's like, oh, but you got 10 movies on Netflix. It's like, okay, it's October 1st.
Netflix will always be there.
Yeah.
So we got Thanksgiving Wednesday. I'm just gonna ramble off all these, and we can talk about all of them. We got Wish, the new Disney animation that's required in the theater. Napoleon, Ridley Scott, Joaquin Phoenix. I'll see it when I can. Good Burger 2 on Paramount Plus. Maestro, starring and directed by Bradley Cooper on Netflix. So have at it. I'm kind of interested in like all four of those.
I think Wish could potentially fight. No, I can't. Wish could be one of the best movies of the year, though.
I hope so.
I hope it's a new Disney classic for sure.
Yeah, so do I.
Chris Pine, Ariana DeBose, Chris Pine, bro, I'm in.
I was about to say it could fight for one of the best animated movies this year, and then immediately Spider-Verse and Ninja Turtles hit my brain, and I was like, yeah,
animation been too strong this year.
That shit.
It could be in the conversation, but animation been way too strong this year.
It also got to fight Mario. It got to fight, bruh. This
Elemental.
Yeah. It got to fight some shit to get.
I was about to say Ruby Gilman.
was also a movie.
Teenage Kraken.
That shit up.
I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm rooting for Disney, the big corporation, but it's like they've been having some like flops, especially in, like just their regular animation, like Strange World.
Strange World was amazing.
People acted like Encanto was like this big thing, and I was like, no, it was absolutely a box office flop. It didn't do shit in the theater.
But it is a good movie.
It just had the song.
I agree. It was a good movie.
And even Elemental was looking like a flop until it like
grew legs.
Disney just don't have that
the juice, the Riz.
But like that's why they greenlit Zootopia 2, Frozen 3, all these franchise sequels.
Fucking Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5.
That we absolutely don't need.
Like when I went back, I'm going back to what I said earlier. That's Bob Chapek. Look, when a Disney movie or Disney Pixar movie came out, it was must see at the theater events. These things come. Disney Pixar doesn't miss. But yet you put Soul, which was after I saw Soul, I started like questioning my life. After I saw Soul, I was like, that thing was dope. Turning Red was fantastic, and yet he was taking these movies and putting him on Disney Plus. Well, like the normies, like we know what's going on, but the normies now are like, oh, Disney movie coming out, I'll just wait for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, he screwed up that whole thing. Elemental, like Nick just said, it was flopping hard. And then word of mouth kept going, and it made money. Wow. I mean, it made some money. And the thing is this, did it break even? It probably lost money, but at the end of the day is, if it lost money, it didn't lose as much as what it was going to lose.
You're not the big man on campus level to it too, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's other things that's coming out that are animated, that are like, there was a time where Disney just ruled the space, right? And you didn't get really nothing else, and then a Disney movie of that year came, and you was like, I can't wait to see fucking whatever it was, right? The Lion King,
The Emperor's New Groove.
There was a time where it was like it didn't matter what, the world stopped for a Disney movie. It just don't work like that no more.
Home on the Range.
There's so many other things happening.
Merritt loves Home on the Range and Chicken Little.
Right?
Don't cap.
I love Chicken Little.
Chicken Little. I like Meet the Robinsons. I think
Meet the Robinsons is
that's so underrated.
Listen,
underrated.
Listen to me. Thank you, God. Oh my God. Yo,
so underrated.
Bro, listen to me. I begged for years. I begged Randy to watch this fucking movie.
And I did.
I begged this movie up so much. I was like, yo, it's one of my favorite movies all time. I begged him. He didn't watch it until he decided to watch all the Disney movies ever.
No.
He wanted to watch
that is false. I had seen it one time before in like 2008, and I barely remembered it.
Oh, okay. But you was like, I'm not watching it again until I watch all the movies,
yeah.
Right? But I had bigged it up. I didn't think there was anybody else out there that felt the same way I did. So you guys made my fucking day today. Because I'm not.
That movie's so underrated.
The movie is incredible, bro. Meet the Robinsons is incredible.
That's a good movie.
So
yeah, I don't. Nobody else like it wasn't like a huge hit for Disney, and there was never a sequel.
But it was
fantastic.
Full
I don't
disclosure.
know.
Full disclosure. I've never seen the original Good Burger, so
Me neither.
What?
I'm gonna watch them both like right after Thanksgiving.
Me neither. I never seen that.
I'll be eating a burger, but
Facts.
I'll be watching Good Burger.
I don't care about. Like at the time, I liked Keenan and Kel. I liked all that, but then I was like, I'm not watching that bullshit.
Yeah, that was my life. Renting that. I remember renting that and watching it over and over and over. And like we had to go take the video back. And I was watching it. My mom coming out and be like, "We have to go take these back." I'm like, "It's almost done." I was like, I'm halfway through watching it for my 7th time.
Was the VHS orange?
Yeah.
And it had a burger on it. Yeah.
It didn't have no fucking burger on it.
No, it did. The VH tag, it was orange, and then where the little white sticker thing, it was a burger. Fucking, it was.
Oh, was it?
It was.
Well, on November 30th, McG is directing a family movie on Netflix with Jennifer Garner and Ed Helms called Family Switch. I feel like I saw like a promotional like picture for this.
Probably won't see it.
I don't care.
I'm probably.
Most anticipated for November, Rocket.
Shit.
It's the Marvels. It's for all four of us. It's the Marvels. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Putting Wish on the putting for
Marvels. I think I'm gonna enjoy November though, because I think I want to see Marvels. I want to see Hunger Games. I want to see Wish. So
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
Yeah.
I will say this. By default, it is Marvels, but like I said, I'm super intrigued with Thanksgiving. So it's like that's a close.
November could be a good year. November could be one of those years. One of those months.
Marvel's crashes.
Ooh.
I'm like, but if like Wish, it's like I want Wish to do well and like potentially be like another
My expectation for Wish is to be able to be talked about in the conversation with Princess and the Frog. Like I feel like
another one.
I feel like the tone of the movie, like when I watched like the trailer, the tone of the movie, the jokes, some of the subject matter and stuff, I feel like it falls aligned with that movie. So I'm hoping that, people will go out and watch it and it gets that kind of
it was like the first like teaser trailer for Wish. I saw it played for the Little Mermaid in IMAX, and it's just a teaser. I thought the teaser was way better than the new trailer, but it was like from the studio that brought you Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Moana, and it was like, wow, cool. And then it was like Frozen, fucking, like it threw like it was like
yeah, they listed like 6 movies and like 2 of them were like iconic classics, and there were like 2 modern classics they threw in.
Encanto, fucking Cinderella, and I was just like, wow. I was like, that worked for me. That probably worked for all these normies.
Right.
Princess and the Frog was
another one.
Underrated.
Very much so.
Yeah, kind of.
For sure. But that's it for November. One last break, and then we'll hit December right quick. The weekend, the first, speaking of weird, which we spoke of off wax, which is weird to bring up. The first weekend in December, fix your face, Nick. It's always that like limited release movie. Like we got like Violent Night the first weekend last December, which was still dope. So like I don't know if these are limited release movies. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to see some of these motherfuckers, but like the Bike Riders they have on December 1st, which at first I was like, dude, this artsy festival, and then I saw the trailer, and the Bike Riders looks kind of fire.
It looks good, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm. Silent Night, which I got a trailer for this past weekend. New John Woo, Joel Kinnaman. I'm in.
I'm SNC. Yeah. I didn't know there was a trailer out for it until I saw the other day. I was like,
yeah. I just saw like John Woo posted on Instagram like 3 days ago, I have a new movie coming out. And at the time I was like, okay, cool. But then I saw the trailer. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm in.
They're kind of great, I'll be honest. I was like, I just turned, I was like, this looks amazing. And they don't.
Amazon. This says Amazon Studios, so I don't know if it's gonna be on Prime. I don't know if it's gonna be in the theater. But Reggie Hudlin, director of Boomerang, called Candy Cane Lane, starring Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, that was it. I saw a little thing at the Gen V screening the other day. It was just a little thing. There was no poster. It was just like Kenny Canley, Eddie Murphy coming soon. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Scheduled to be released by Prime Video December 1st. So it is on Prime.
Oh.
So just because it's Christmas, I will probably check that out, and it's new Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. I need a trick.
Don't know what Eileen is. Don't know what The Shift is.
You guys gonna watch Godzilla -1?
Yes.
You can do that.
I'm gonna watch it.
I don't know what Waitress is.
Same here.
Here we go. December the 8th. This is all Nick. This is all Rocket. I don't give a fuck about Poor Things. All of its awards, all of its costume design, acting, makeup.
I've heard it's like really good. It's like next level good.
I don't care.
That's what I heard, but I don't know.
Curious about it. I didn't lose my mind over The Favorite though, and it won all those Oscars like a few years ago, and I was like, it was weird. It was funny. Like I enjoyed it, but it was like weird. I don't like that. I don't want to. I like when a movie's weird, but I don't like when it's like weird at the expense of the movie, where it's like, oh, you didn't get it. Oh, poor you. And it's
Yeah.
like, so I hope that isn't what Poor Things is. It looks very weird, but I'm intrigued. Assuming it actually comes out when it's supposed to come out. I think it's already been pushed.
Leave the World Behind. Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke on Netflix. This is the one that I'm curious if this holds its release date. Magazine Dreams, that the Jonathan Majors movie that we'll see if it still drops.
Hey, Jonathan Major's about to get off, man, so I don't really need it.
Yeah, you'll see him break up.
Let's see fucking Hollywood see if they give him a true apology for fucking taking all his
No
jobs.
shit.
And do nothing wrong.
What is this called? The Cello? Darren Lynn Bousman has a non-Saw movie coming out in December with Jeremy Irons in it.
You said non-Saw?
Yeah,
Yes.
all I know that he's directed is Saw sequels.
He did Repo the Genetic Opera. You
Weird
trap.
ass movie.
Yeah. You swine.
Sure he did. I definitely am. That's December the 8th. December the 15th, we got Wonka. We got Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget.
Fuck yeah.
We got
Fuck yeah.
Anyone But You, that Sydney Sweeney rom-com. American
Fuck
Fiction. I ain't gonna lie, if Anyone But You comes to my theater, I'll watch it. And then we got American Fiction with Jeffrey Wright. Yes,
I
Nicholas?
didn't know that. Was that Sydney Sweeney and the Glenn Powell where they were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm watching that for sure. Just because of all the behind the scenes like shit.
Right.
I don't even care about either of them all that much, but like
No.
I'm watching that for sure.
Will Gluck makes decent rom-coms.
Yeah, I said a good rom com, I'm there. Meg Ryan doing a new rom com, I'm sorry.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom on December the 20th. We know we're all watching it.
I like the trailer. I just keep hearing bad things about it. Like,
Based on the trailer, it looks as good as the first movie. But everybody that's seen it says it's like either boring as shit or just absolute trash. I just can't see James Wan making trash.
Yeah, like I'm boring. Even like a horrendous movie. And like boring. Like how are you making this? How is it boring? There was like people walking out of it.
Like, Jason Momoa's writing a
You told me
seahorse.
they weren't invested. All like that's weird to me. Like even me, even if it was like I didn't like it, even if I went in, I was like, dude, this does suck. I'm already invested in it before I'm even seeing it because like we've already had Aquaman 1. We've already had Justice League the movie and all this shit. I'm like, I'm already invested in it, even if the movie sucks. I'm like, well, I'm gonna finish it. I'm not like getting up and walking out of my preview screening for it. That's why I don't believe some of these things. I'm like, even if it's bad, like I wouldn't have walked out of Halloween Ends.
No.
Like as shitty as it is, it's like I've invested 45 years of history into this. And that's like
I'm only 33.
Yeah, I've invested, my whole life into this. Like this is supposed to be how it ends. I'm gonna watch it, even if it sucked. That's why I don't. It's like boring. You're telling me it's boring? It looks insane. He's riding a seahorse.
Exactly.
Black Manta has the black trident. Like, okay, that's already not boring to me. I'm already invested.
Don't call me brother. The weekend is December 22nd. Is probably like, is that a Friday? If the Aquaman's got to drop on Wednesday, so this is the Friday, the weekend of the 22nd.
So glad it's doing that too. I hate Christmas Day releases.
I thought it was Christmas Day until I double checked a few days ago.
It's supposed to be until the trailer came out, as far as I know.
Nick's most anticipated movie for the rest of the year, Migration, drops on the 22nd.
Oh, no.
I forget that again.
Rebel Moon drops on Netflix. New Zack Snyder is always going to get watched.
Yep.
And then what I hope goes wide and isn't just a limited 20 theater release is the Iron Claw. So, it's a pro wrestling biopic. I want to say the Von Erich family do the like pro wrestling.
Yep, the Von Erich brothers. It's about the Von
pro
Erich
wrestling
brothers.
royalty. Zac Efron, cousin, Jeremy Allen White, Lily James.
Oh,
I want to see this. So hopefully I can in December. And then Christmas Day, you got the Color Purple remake, and then the George Clooney directed The Boys in the Boat, which I think is, what's that sport? Boating. what Crew? What was Redman doing in How High? Was it just called Crew?
Crew, yeah.
But like rowing?
Rowing?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, watching all the Clooney's directed movies a couple months ago, like, I'm interested. And then the Michael Mann directed Ferrari biopic starring Adam Driver. Another one that I hope goes wide, but I probably won't be able to see it until physical media comes out.
Yeah, like Nikon is behind it, and they're kind of funny.
Yes.
With their movies, like they'll market the shit out of their movies, and you'll be like, "Oh wow, this is going wide."
12
and then
theaters.
When it comes out, it'll be out in like 2 theaters, and then it'll have a slipless Blu-ray a month later.
Trash.
Like what?
Talking about the Color Purple?
Yeah, the Color Purple remake comes out Christmas Day.
Absolutely going to be a dud. It's not going to sell, and it's going to be trash. First of all, you can't make a movie like that.
Halle Bailey.
Trailer's good. The trailer got me.
It's the color, bro. Listen to me, okay? Listen, just trust me on this one, okay? If you don't listen to me for nothing else, trust me on this one.
I can't wait till the first episode in January.
First, listen. Didn't Halle Berry? Didn't that girl do?
Halle Bailey, but go off.
Bailey, didn't she just do the Little Mermaid?
She did.
Yep.
What did that do?
Good in terms of a lot of people seeing it. I don't know how well it did based on its budget.
Right.
So that's how movies are.
Now that's something that Black people will commit to, trying to make sure it's successful. The Little Mermaid, a Black Little Mermaid.
Let's check.
Oh yeah, this is The Color Purple, bro. The Color Purple is one of those movies that
it made $570 on a $250 million budget.
That ain't bad.
I don't know if that's good anymore.
Yeah, like I know they was anticipating $1 billion.
Yeah,
that's not bad though.
It lost a little bit of money, not much.
Can't make movies. How are you making $300 million budgeted movies?
I don't get that either.
But
facts.
The Color Purple is one of those movies that you kind of just want to forget, bro. You don't want to remake it. Like it's.
I like to remember it when Elizabeth Banks tried to accuse Steven Spielberg of not doing a female-led movie.
Yeah, I saw that. It was like, God damn it, we're not going. Nobody cares about Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, basically.
Man, Dan Glover was one of the most hated men in all of like entertainment as far as Black men for The Color Purple.
Until Lawrence Fishburne took over.
It's just not gonna, and Tina Turner, right?
Yeah.
With the climate that we have now, either they're gonna bring down how it actually happened in the original, or they're not gonna do it at all. But either way, or they're gonna overdo it or do it. all of it's gonna go wrong. That's not gonna be a good movie, bro. That's gonna be terrible.
Oh, it's a musical.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm not sitting through it.
It was worse.
Like how I missed the trailer for it. I didn't see the trailer till I saw Greek Wedding like a couple weeks ago, and like I don't know, the trailer got me. Like I didn't even know what it was when it came on. Like it was just a movie, and then she was like, "Hey, Miss Silly," and I was like, "Wait, is this the Color Purple?" And it was like a musical. And then the more I watched it, I was like, "What the fuck? This is real?" Like I thought, it was one of those movies I'd heard about coming out, but I was like, "Oh, they're gonna want to be real careful." And then it was just like from Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah's doing it.
Spielberg.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Spielberg and Oprah are producing.
Every time something else is said about it, it gets worse for me. I'm good.
They're producing. Oprah's not in it. She's just putting money into it.
What from Orange is the New Black plays Oprah's part? The Peacemaker. What's her name? Danielle, not Harris.
Oh yeah. Brooks.
Danielle Brooks. That's it. Why did I say Harris? And like Fantasia is in it from American Idol.
Yeah.
Not from American. She's had her own career post American.
Taraji.
This is getting worse. Fantasia, huh?
Taraji makes it better.
What? She's gonna be in the musical, huh? Yeah, okay.
A singer. She's gonna
not an actor.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're not.
All right, most anticipated for December, so we can wrap this shit up.
Oh, The Color Purple.
Get the fuck.
No, that's Maris.
Oh,
we're missing a big one. Wonka.
Dude, we really didn't talk about Wonka. We skipped right over.
I said Wonka. I said Wonka when
Wonka the thumbs up, didn't we?
Yeah, but we just skipped
That's
right.
not anticipated.
I said Wonka when I said Chicken Run.
Yeah.
I'm there though.
Yeah, I'm watching Wonka.
Like, I'm not feeling Timothy Chalamet as Willy Wonka at all, but like I'm there. I'll go. I love Willy Wonka.
I'm not overly excited for any movie that I read off, even Aquaman. Like, I'm gonna see Aquaman.
Most anticipated?
By default, because like December looks kind of dry.
I'm looking forward to for Wonka.
Wonka, Aquaman, Rebel Moon, they're all there.
Ferrari's up there. So
Aquaman's gonna have to show me. I think it's Wonka.
Yeah.
And I'm like, period. Really? I saw the Silent Night the other day, and I'm kind of like, get a Christmas themed action movie.
Yeah.
It's like movies that just have my curiosity. I'm like,
yeah.
And there's no like biting my fingernails over. I'm just like, I want to see if they stick it with Wonka. If they stick the landing with Aquaman. Is it really bad?
Basically.
Yeah, we need to see.
Bad.
But that's it. I'll be back to wrap up the episode. I'll come up with something horror themed to talk about for the next episode. Strictly Podcast. Yo, when you got nothing to cook, just go from scratch. When the shit finish, man, just hope it's not trash. Your boy fresh like cut grass. You make a slut laugh when you nut fast. Ain't fucking with you bums, ain't talking about a guest spot. I'm the one in this matrix, doing what the rest not. Show y'all what I do it for, like I was Dakota Prescott. I'm on now and y'all can just wait for the next slot. Whether with the bars or as a person, it's been said that I'm the best dude. But I ain't fucking with you mutant motherfuckers, look like you coming from a test tube. Quick to talk shit even when I'm in the best mood. Y'all got no taste even when you eating on some fresh food. Talk about your bed game, but it's dust on the mattress. Wanna be a total package, but you lack a lot of fragments. Lex Luger over here, come and catch this torture rack, bitch. They sleeping on me, then they chiefing like Travis. And chill until the next episode.